Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Today we're exploring a surprising new frontier in medical research, one that doesn't come from a high-tech lab but from the quiet corners of our own homes. Our unlikely ally in the fight against one of humanity's most devastating diseases, Alzheimer's, might just be your purring feline companion. It turns out that cats can naturally develop a form of dementia called Feline Cognitive Dysfunction, or FCD, that is remarkably similar to human Alzheimer's. This discovery is paving the way for breakthroughs that could benefit us all. Unlike lab animals that are genetically engineered to mimic diseases, cats develop dementia spontaneously as they age, offering scientists a more authentic and accurate window into the process of neurodegeneration. So let's delve into this tale of two brains, and how our feline friends are helping to unlock the secrets of Alzheimer's. The journey into cognitive decline for both a cat and a human is marked by a series of behavioral changes that start subtly. In the early stages, it's easy to dismiss the signs as just a normal part of getting old. For humans, this might be a minor memory lapse or trouble finding the right word. For a cat, it could be a moment of disorientation in a familiar room, getting lost in a corner, or struggling to find its food bowl. Some cats become withdrawn, while others might become unusually clingy. One of the most common early signs is a disturbed sleep-wake cycle. A cat that once slept through the night might start roaming the house, crying loudly for no apparent reason. This is strikingly similar to the sundowning effect seen in human Alzheimer's patients, and it's not a rare occurrence. Studies show that nearly 30% of cats between 11 and 14 years old show at least one sign of cognitive dysfunction. That number jumps to over 50% for cats aged 15 and older. As the disease progresses to the middle stages, the symptoms escalate. In humans, memory loss becomes more severe, and they may not recognize family members. For cats with moderate FCD, disorientation worsens. They might not recognize familiar people or other pets. Irritability or aggression can increase. Their sleep patterns often get worse, with more nighttime wandering and vocalizing. You might also notice a growing apathy. They lose interest in playing or interacting. Grooming habits often decline, leading to a matted coat. And unfortunately, house soiling outside the litter box often becomes a more frequent issue. In the late stages, both humans and cats experience a profound decline. Humans lose the ability to communicate and become completely dependent on caregivers. Cats in advanced FCD may show a complete lack of recognition of their owners and surroundings. Learned behaviors are lost, and mobility can become a major problem due to stiffness and weakness. A loss of appetite can lead to weight loss and dehydration, and care shifts entirely to providing comfort. To help veterinarians and owners identify these signs, a helpful acronym, DISH, is often used. It stands for disorientation, reduced social interactions, changes in sleep patterns, and a loss of house training skills. A more detailed version, VISHDAAL, adds vocalization, altered activity, anxiety, and learning deficits to the list. These behavioral changes are the outward signs of a storm brewing inside the brain. And on a microscopic level, the brains of aging cats with FCD and humans with Alzheimer's are astonishingly similar. This is what makes the feline model so scientifically valuable. One of the defining features of Alzheimer's is the buildup of a sticky protein fragment called amyloid beta. These proteins clump together into plaques between neurons, disrupting communication and triggering inflammation. Groundbreaking research, including work from the University of Edinburgh, has revealed that this exact process happens in the brains of older cats with dementia. These amyloid beta plaques clog the synapses, the vital connections between brain cells, and the loss of these synapses is directly linked to the decline in memory and thinking. Interestingly, the amyloid deposits in cats often have a diffuse pattern, similar to the very early stages of plaque formation in humans, offering a unique glimpse into how the disease begins. The second major hallmark of Alzheimer's is the formation of neurofibrillary tangles, or NFTs, inside the neurons. These are made of a protein called tau. In a healthy brain, tau stabilizes a neuron's internal skeleton. In Alzheimer's, tau protein changes shape, detaches, and clumps together, causing the neuron's internal transport system to collapse, which ultimately leads to cell death. What's remarkable is that cats are one of the very few non-human species that naturally develop these tau pathologies. While other animals like dogs and monkeys can get amyloid plaques, the spontaneous formation of tau tangles is extremely rare. In cats, these are often pre-tangles, an early stage of the tangles seen in human patients, and their presence is directly associated with a diagnosis of FCD. This parallel pathology, with both amyloid plaques and tau tangles developing naturally, is why some scientists have called the domestic cat a perfect natural model for Alzheimer's. For decades, researchers relied on genetically modified mice, but these models don't fully replicate the spontaneous nature of the human disease. Cats, with their longer lifespans and shared home environments, provide a much more authentic representation. So how is this condition diagnosed? For both cats and humans, it's a complex process. Currently, there's no single definitive test for FCD in a living cat. It's a diagnosis of exclusion. A vet must first rule out other medical issues that can cause similar symptoms. For example, excessive vocalization could be caused by hyperthyroidism, and inappropriate urination might be a sign of a kidney problem. So, a thorough physical exam with blood and urine tests is the first step. After that, vets rely on detailed behavioral histories from owners, often using those DISH or VIS-HDAAL checklists to track symptoms. Formalized cognitive tests for cats are also being developed, using puzzles to assess learning, memory, and attention. The human diagnostic path is more established, involving neuropsychological testing and, crucially, biomarkers. By analyzing cerebrospinal fluid or using advanced PET scans, doctors can now see the amyloid plaques and tau tangles in a living person's brain. While these tools are still rare in veterinary medicine, the principles are being adapted for feline research, which will not only help diagnose FCD, but also strengthen the value of cats as a research model. Of course, this raises an important question. What can be done? While there is no cure for either FCD or Alzheimer's, there are ways to manage the conditions and improve quality of life. For cats with FCD, management involves a multifaceted approach. Environmental enrichment is key. This means keeping things consistent. Food bowls, litter boxes, and furniture in the same place. It means providing ramps for easier access to high places and using low-sided litter boxes. Mental stimulation through interactive toys and food puzzles helps keep their minds active. Diet also plays a huge role. Specialized diets and supplements rich in antioxidants like vitamins E and C, omega-3 fatty acids, B vitamins, and medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs, have shown promise in supporting cognitive function. MCTs provide an alternative energy source for the aging brain, which can struggle to use glucose. In some cases, medications are used off-label, such as selegiline, which is approved for dogs with cognitive dysfunction, or anti-anxiety medications to manage stress. This approach mirrors the human quest for Alzheimer's treatments. Current human drugs are mostly symptomatic, but recent breakthroughs in amyloid-targeting therapies, which are designed to remove plaques from the brain, offer new hope. The insights we gain from treating naturally occurring dementia in cats could be invaluable for developing new human therapies. The ethics of using animals in research are, and should be, a primary concern. Much of the research on FCD is non-invasive, conducted on the brains of cats that have died of natural causes, with full consent from their owners. When living cats are involved in studies, for instance, to test a new diet, Strict ethical guidelines are in place to ensure their welfare, and studies are often designed to be done in the cat's own home to minimize stress. Crucially, this research follows the One Health principle, the idea that the health of humans and animals is interconnected. By studying FCD, we improve our ability to diagnose and treat our feline companions, while simultaneously accelerating the development of treatments for human Alzheimer's. The future of this feline-inspired research is incredibly exciting. A major focus is on identifying reliable biomarkers for early detection in cats, which could lead to similar diagnostic tools for people. Cats with FCD also provide an ideal population for testing new treatments, with results that could be more predictive for human trials than those from rodent models. By studying the genetics of FCD and the role of the gut-brain axis in cats, we can gain even more insight into the complex mechanisms of neurodegeneration. Our feline companions have so much to teach us. They are active partners in a shared journey of aging. By conducting this research with care and compassion, we may unlock the secrets hidden within the feline brain, and the familiar purr of a cat could one day become a sound of hope for millions of people worldwide. Thanks for tuning in to Fun Facts Online.